Hello. It is currently 2:01 a.m. It is currently 2:01 a.m. and I just watched the new movie The Mitchells versus the Machines. Now, I haven't really done a video like this in I don't need this right now. I haven't really done a video like this in quite some time. I don't even know if I have done a video like this. This is going to be a video where I just kind of talk and go through stuff and talk about ideas that are in my brain and everything, and I'm just going to try and compile them into something later. I felt so strongly about it that I felt like I need to vocalize it somehow. So here I am making this video. Also, another possible reason might be that I really want to show off my new mic arm because I haven't gotten to do that on stream yet. So you may have heard of this movie. It is published, produced, whatever, by Sony Pictures Animation, and it is has been worked on by several of the same people who worked on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And if you know me, you know that that's like my favorite movie. I love creative, wonderful, original animation. I love animation in general. I adore animation. And when something just takes advantage of the medium so well and makes it and makes such it does such a wonderful, unique thing with it, I just want to talk about it so bad. You know what? Let's pull up the trailer. So you may have seen this trailer. This is the official trailer for The Mitchells versus the Machines. And if you go through it, just as it is, you'll probably notice that it has a very unique art style. It doesn't kind of come to mind right off the bat, like what it kind of looks like in quite the same way that Spider-Verse did, because Spider-Verse was very obviously trying to emulate a comic book. But The Mitchells versus the Machines, but after looking at it a little bit more, it kind of feels like it's meant to look like almost like a children's book illustration. It looks like very, very painted. It's a beautiful aesthetic. It really is wonderful. Looking at these screen caps and stuff, it's amazing. It's amazing what people have done. And I won't go super in depth into it right now, but just I recommend just going through and looking at screenshots from this movie, because it really is something else when you take in the art style of it to its fullest length. And I just want to say, as a main point, I think props to Sony Animation for what they're doing to push forward 3D animation, especially because they gave us the Emoji Movie, but they also gave us Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is super innovative with squash and stretch and all that in 3D animation. Gave us, which was a while ago, obviously, but more recently they gave us Spider-Verse, which is that, and now they've given us this. It makes me really, really happy to see the medium of animation getting pushed further these days than it had been for a while. I think it's really an amazing thing, and it's making me really happy to see. And this movie and everything it is such a treasure that I just had to talk about it, because the effect that this movie had on me was so much more than I ever anticipated. I was super excited for this since it was announced. Since the first trailer came out, I was so excited for this because the art. I just love stuff with unique art styles. I'm all about like aesthetic and visuals and everything. But just in general, and like I'm a fan of the creators' like previous work and everything. So I was stoked. But after watching this movie, it was just I already loved the art style. I already loved the art direction, and it continued to amaze me. But the story being told on top of it was just beautiful, man. It was wonderful. And you might know after watching the trailer that it's not exactly the most original premise or conflict for a story. It's a tale about a parent and their child, having a bit of a tougher relationship, having It's the story of a parent and a child having a tough relationship and having trouble connecting with each other, you know? And it's so obviously it's a story that's been told before, but I think the way that it's told here feels so genuine and from such a genuine real place that it just deserves to be commended, you know? Like I'm not going to give spoilers. I'm not going to give spoilers because I don't want to do that to anybody, but watching this movie, you can feel the passion and true like just care that those who worked on it had for the message they were trying to deliver, you know? And every single part of it comes together to drive that home, you know? It's bursting with all this personality and so much love and care, and I cried, man. I cried. There were tears running down this face. I don't know if you can see the remains left right now, but goddamn. The tears were real on this one. I I personally, you know, I won't get too into details, but I won't get too into personal details, but I myself know what it's like to sometimes have difficulty connecting with a parent, you know. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you don't like love them, you know. It doesn't mean you don't super love them and care about them and you know would do anything for them, and it's really a beautiful thing, and I think the way this movie captures it is better than maybe any other that I've seen, you know, or that in a long time anyway. It's not like I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say that it's really going to surprise you exactly. The movie it's not looking to surprise you, you know. I mean, all things considered, pretty predictable plot wise, actually very predictable, incredibly predictable. But me personally, I don't really care. I've never really been one to care about if plots are predictable or not. I just care if they tell the story that they're gonna tell well, you know? And this movie does that, you know? That's all I ask, you know? And going away a little bit from the message story stuff, kind of, I think some people were worried that it would be kind of boomer humor in a way, in the sense that, like, I mean, if you look at this scene here, it's in the trailer. The dad, right, is he's like, oh yeah, this is the shot. I mean, a variation of this shot was used to promote the movie heavily, and it was, I think, when the movie's title was connected, they were trying to lean harder into the whole you're always on that damn phone kind of thing for the marketing of this movie. And that's why they use this screen cap and stuff, like they're glued to their phones kind of thing. It's like the dad comes in, he's like, oh, let's put down the phones and have some time with family, eye contact, you know. And obviously, to a degree in the movie, I think the way it delivers some of these jokes is not great. Some of them are. I think it's kind of a mixed bag. This scene actually, I think, is a little bit better, like on the grand scale of them, because the way it kind of gets framed is like he's like, put down the phones, let's just like have full family eye contact, like right here, and then he goes, so they do this like super exaggerated staring, and he goes, see, this is natural, you know. So obviously they're kind of poking fun at, you know, the boomers, as it were, you know. So this movie's approach to the whole issue is kind of to go from both sides. You know, it's kind of it's not so much phone bad as everything can be good or bad. You know, and you got to try and look at it from different perspectives and whatnot. And I think that's really wonderful. Basically, end verdict is the movie is not just phone bad, if that's something you were worried about. Some of the jokes may make it seem that way, but at the end of the day, the message is pretty clear that it's a lot more nuanced than that. Obviously, I hate to use the word, but you know, cringe did exist to some degree, you know, as with many big animated films trying to talk about, you know, what young people are into, or like, or memes or the internet kind of thing. There's, you know, jokes about like, oh my God, I have no Wi-Fi. Well, I'm going to die without my Wi-Fi. You know, kind of old stuff like that, you know. And obviously it's not, I don't find that particularly funny. It again feels like, I mean, I've said the term boomer humor so many times here, but it's 2 a.m. and I'm tired and I'm fucking rambling. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be entertaining to watch at all, because this is just my rambled ADHD brain thoughts coming out while I'm talking to a camera and just about this fucking movie that I just watched. Oh my God. But even though some of those jokes don't necessarily land, I think they come from a good place, and the message that the movie works towards overall is definitely more nuanced than some kind of like you're always on that damn phone sort of thing. But yeah, so but beyond that, I guess the movie's got a ton of charm, you know, and it comes from everything. It comes from its writing, its animation. I mean, for one thing, it's fucking beautiful. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. This movie is fucking gorgeous. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Tell me this isn't a beautiful looking. Look at the outside. I don't even know, because they're getting so good at it these days. I don't even know if those cars outside are 3D models or if they're completely hand painted, because some of the models in this movie are like, they have some 3D models that they just completely, it looks completely hand painted, like it was drawn for some kids book that I get from the library in like second grade or something. You know, it's truly wonderful what the work that the artists and everybody, the work that everybody put into this movie to give it this kind of style and all this personality coming out of it is, it's just incredible, you know. And I've seen some people say that it reminds them of the Grubhub ad. I don't know if you probably know Grubhub delivery dance with the really weird and unnerving, you know, Grubhub ad with the dancing dad. And people say that it reminds them of this. I can like vaguely see it, but I really think it's only because the dad in this movie looks somewhat vaguely like the Grubhub. I don't know. It's like his head shape maybe. It's a loose connection, you know. But personally, I really love like I think that's more on the character design sort of thing. And personally, I really love the character design. I love the big eyes. They use the eyes super effectively in this movie. They do not they make use of every single part of these characters that they have to make them expressive. And like look at these faces, you know, the mouths are super malleable, you know, all this squinting and squashing and stretching kind of thing. Look at this. Oh, this shot is beautiful. Oh, look at this one. Look at this. Look at the contrast here. Like she's doing that like squint, you know, and got those furrowed eyebrows. It's fucking wonderful, you know. I don't know why I forgot about this shot. This is like the perfect shot to talk about that. You know, look at how amazingly it's just so, it's cartoony, like exaggerated to the 99th degree, you know. It's a lot of big animated movies like Pixar, you know, they have a cartoony aspect to them, but they don't like super lean into that cartoony malleableness that you get out of animation, you know, that you might have seen more in older 2D animation, you know. But since more recent 3D animated movies have started to do this and lean into it more, it just makes me so happy, man. Like it's super wonderful, and seeing some of the techniques from Spider-Verse come in, like hand painting over the the characters, you know, the not the character, hand painting over shots after they've been rendered in 3D to like add little effects like these face lines here. I'm sure I don't know if you can see, but like above his eyebrows and stuff, there's these little lines with the furrowed brows. I'm 99% sure those were drawn on afterwards in 2D, like they did in Spider-Verse. You know, it's so much effort and like work and love put into all this, you know, and it's just like look at this, man. There's you could look at this screenshot. You could look at this screenshot right here, and you already know so much about these two characters. You know, it's like this is our main character, Katie Mitchell. You know, she looks like she's fun. She's imaginative. She likes being with her brother. She likes hanging out with him, which you would probably infer that this is her brother over here. Her brother's bouncing off the walls. He's probably kind of cuckoo crazy. They like being, you know, it's great. And and these little, I haven't even talked about this yet. I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet. These little things they put on screen. You'll notice that there's these little drawn on effects. Like they look almost like crayon, you know, as she's moving her arms. This is all over the movie, and it's wonderful. It's not something that you would see in other animated movies, and until recently, you know. It's a completely unnecessary effect. Like, I don't even want to say unnecessary. It's a completely not obligatory effect. Because I mean, like, it's not like these lines are real, you know, like these lines and effects don't exist in a physical space, but they exist to just add a little bit more to that expressiveness, to that personality, to enhance the emotion of whatever scene or shot they're in, you know. And there's actually a term for it in this movie that the people who worked on it used. If I recall correctly, I saw this getting thrown around on Twitter by some of the creators. They called it Katie Vision when they were working on the movie, because it represents, in this movie specifically, it's used to represent the way Katie sees the world. You know, there will be these little like drawings on screen and stuff that just kind of give like a little more spice, that give you a little insight into how Katie's thinking, you know, in that moment, like what's she thinking, what's she feeling. And it's like her imagination, it's her imagination running wild, you know, because that's part of her character. And man, it's so delightful, you know. It's so let me see if I can find another good example of it. I wonder in this trailer. Hold up. Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. Hold up. I know I'm looking for one thing, but I got to get this shot. This screenshot. It's beautiful. Look at this. It's delightful. Like, some people might be watching this like, what the hell is he talking about? It's the expressiveness on the framing, the expressiveness on the character here. It's something else. The way it's like down to such little details, the way different eyes are squinted different amounts. She's biting her lip because she's focusing. She's going like, you know, as she's pulling back this fishing rod. It's a fishing rod. She's pulling back a fishing rod and she's getting ready to swing it, right? She's pushing it, and she's determined. She's focused. She's, you know, it's wonderful. Look at how, if we can go over this shot real fast. Let's see. So they're fighting some robots at this point. In case you didn't know, the main conflict in this movie, aside from the I haven't even talked about this yet. The main conflict in this movie, aside from the parent-kid relationship, is that there's a robot apocalypse going on. I forgot to mention this. Oh my god. But so they're fighting robots right now. They're fighting drones. Okay. So, and she has this fishing rod that she's going to use to attack this drone. So let's watch this shot. I'm only going to show parts that are in the trailer in this. So Netflix, don't get mad at me. Netflix, Sony, don't get mad. I'm only going to show parts of the movie that were in the trailers. So nobody give. Maybe if I slow it down. Yeah. So okay, yeah. So here's our shot. Here's our shot. Okay, so she's trying to grab the compression on Netflix is terrible, man. I want to see this movie in a better quality because there's so much time put into this anime. I gotta see it when it's not. Look at this. It's so fucking. Anyway. It might be partially my internet. I don't know. Anyway, I hope it gets on like Blu-ray or something someday. Okay. Anyway, she's about to do this whole fishing rod thing, right? So we see her reel back. There's that pause. Look at her dad behind her. He's watching. He's focused. He's like, He's like, yes. He's into it because they're trying to connect, right? She's learning from him, and he's paying attention, right? He's paying attention because he's into this. He's into his daughter listening to him and learning what he has to share, what he has to share with her, the way she has things to share with him, So that's just a little bit more character, just in that one little bit, right? But she reels back, she swings this fishing rod. We see it hook. God, that's beautiful. We see the way it hooks onto that drone, and it just instantly but just that instant stop, so snappy and satisfying, really accentuates how the emotion of the scene by making it more satisfying. And then she turns around, that little whip, we get this is a principle in animation. This is pose to pose. It's the way that snappy movement, turn her, reel back. We get this really nice pose. Get to see the expression on her face and everything. It's very readable. She's preparing to swing it the other direction to get that drone out of there, and then it's just like, yeah. Oh, the way she whips forward and then it goes right in the microwave. Dude. Oh my God. How fun is that to watch? How delightful and fun is that to watch? Doing it again at full. This is it at full speed. What? Dude. Fucking amazing. Obviously, other movies do that kind of thing, the just great character animation, but it deserves to be commended in this movie too, just as much as the art style does. But I mean, I can go on more about the art style. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at the colors. We get those little bit of hand-drawn on effects. Look at that. It's completely 2D. These effects here, she's swinging this little thing around and blowing stuff up. We got all these beautiful colors. It's like candy. It's like bubble gum. It's such a wonderful mess of color. You see that orange on her face, she's falling. It's like fireworks candy. Oh my God. How gorgeous. And then as she does that, her dad catches her and we get a little bit more Katie vision, and it's just, and we get to see this, this moment where she and her dad are connecting, right? It gets accentuated because we see this little bit where he catches her in real life, and then around her there's this little burst of yay, these little cute little drawings of her and her dad together, and it's such a cool idea because it connects so closely to the themes of this movie and the personality traits of the main character, and it's such a creative and wonderful use of the medium. And it just makes me so happy to see. And I hope that we keep getting movies like this. I hope that this continues to be a trend for Sony, because and for other studios too. I hope that Sony's innovation or Sony's embracing that they're doing of this of innovative 3D animation keeps extending to other studios. I love it. It's wonderful. I commend every excuse me. I commend every single person who worked on this movie for creating something that just pushes boundaries and makes something truly original and fun and creative and just pure, just so full of pure love and care, you know? And it's really great. And Phil Lord, quickly, wait, did he direct? I know he worked on it. Did he direct it? But I'm pretty sure that both Phil Lord and Chris Miller worked on this movie. I think did they produce it? I'm pretty sure they were the producers, as they were for Spider-Verse. But movies they work on, it's quickly becoming my favorite. Yeah, they're quickly becoming like some of my favorite filmmakers out there. You know, it's really a wonderful thing, and I just wholeheartedly ask that everybody watching this video goes and watches The Mitchells versus the Machines, because even if you don't, even if not even for the plot, or like if you think the jokes are cringy, which I thought some of the jokes were cringy, you know, I'm not going to say which ones, you know, I thought some of them were, but you know, it was so vastly overshadowed by the wonderful like love that you can feel oozing out of this movie at like every corner, you know, and I just want animation like this to be supported, and so that we can get more of it, you know. So I wholeheartedly recommend The Mitchells versus the Machines. I think it's a great watch, a wonderful watch. It deserves love, you know. So show Sony and Netflix that we like this shit, man. That we need more of this, because we gotta. It's just, you know, it's gotta see more of it. Just go watch. Just watch The Mitchells versus the Machines, man. Watch it on Netflix. Stream it. Watch it. View it. Play it. Own it. You can't own it. You can't own it because it's on Netflix. But maybe if it gets put on Blu-ray at some point, please put it. Netflix or Sony, I don't know who it would fall to, but please put The Mitchells versus the Machines on Blu-ray so I can look at it without shitty internet compression. Because I really hate looking at it with all those stupid blocks, those dumbass blocks. It deserves better. Do the right thing. Anyway, that's, I guess, all I can say for this movie that made me cry and I connected so strongly with, and its themes, and loved its aesthetics of so much. It's a delight. It's a wonderful delight of a movie. And you should watch it. And I hope I didn't spoil too much. I don't think I did. I mean, I think pretty much everything I talked about with the plot and stuff was evident in the trailer. So I hope y'all enjoyed this weird impromptu video. I kind of had the idea to do stuff like this. I don't know if it's something I'll keep doing, but let me know if you enjoyed it. And I'll definitely consider it, because I love talking about animation, and I'd also love to talk about, you know, games and stuff, or whatever else I'm, you know, interested in, want to talk about, and passion and stuff. It's just, you know, this was fun though. I enjoyed recording this. So now I need to edit it together and deal with all those stutters that I had. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, so let me know if y'all enjoyed this, more that kind of stuff. But I think I'll end it there. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.